It's Ash from Super Videos back at you for another video. So comicbook.com recently did an article where they revealed the titles and synopsis of Season 7 Episode 10 all the way to Season 7 Episode 13. So 7:10 to 7:13. So I'm going to leave the link in the description below so you can go and check it out. So I'm going to go over these titles and also the synopsis and give my thoughts. So before I actually get into this, of course for 709 we already know the title and synopsis. The title is Rock in the Road, and I believe the synopsis was that Rick is introduced to a new community. And I already gave my thoughts about what we're going to see in that episode and the predictions. It's in the channel, you can go and check it out. So let's get started. 710, the title is New Best Friends, which is a very interesting title based on the photo that they put themselves, comicbook.com. They put the image of Rick being surrounded by the people at the junkyard area. So I'm assuming these new best friends they are talking about are referring to them. Now I don't know if comicbook.com just put this image in there randomly or if there's any association between these. But it's very interesting. The title itself does indicate that whoever Rick comes across or the group comes across is going to be a new best friend, or at least someone that can help them in this war that's coming up. So that's going to be interesting. Now, the synopsis for it reads, while searching for a missing Alexandrian, Rick and his group encounter a mysterious collective, its inhabitants unlike any they have come across. So, two main things here. One, someone at Alexandria goes missing. And if that's connected to these mysterious people from the junkyard, which it appears to be, then it seems like someone at Alexandria is probably taken by one of them. So if you remember back in 708, at the end of the episode, where we saw one of these mysterious people who was wearing the mysterious boots was spying on Alexandria and looking at Father Gabriel and things like that. So it's entirely possible that the new character or this new character from this new community, mysterious community, can go to Alexandria secretly and maybe take one of them hostage to see if they are friends or foes. This character was spying on Rick and Aaron way before that, so it might be that this new community is just trying to find out whether the Alexandrians are friends or foes, and to do that they may capture one of the Alexandrians and try to use that person as some kind of leverage to get what they want or to get information. Now, in terms of who the missing Alexandrian may be, I don't know. There is really no way for us to know. It may be Eric, it may be Father Gabriel himself, it may be Tobin, it may be anyone. So there is really no way to tell. Now, logically, it would make sense for it to be Father Gabriel because the last person this mysterious person was looking at was Father Gabriel. So that's the most logical assumption, but there's really no way to be sure. We have to wait and see. Now, the other part they talk about, which is its inhabitants, unlike any they have come across, it's actually a direct reference to the lifestyle of these new characters or this new community. Because based on what we've seen or based on the rumors and what they've shown us, it appears that this new community is actually living at a junkyard during the apocalypse, which is something very interesting in itself. So I think that's just referring to that. So they say that this episode is directed by Jeffrey F. January and will air on February 19th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on AMC. It's scheduled to run 66 minutes. So it's 6 more minutes than an original episode. Of course, that's with commercials, but it does appear to be a bit longer, slightly longer than a regular episode. Not too much, but the director himself, Jeffrey F. January, I'm not sure which episodes he has directed, if any, so there's really nothing for me to say about that. Then the next episode, 711, is titled Hostiles and Calamities, which is a weird title, but it seems like it's connected to the Saviors, Negan, and back at the Sanctuary, so something is definitely going down there. Now, the synopsis for the episode is, An Alexandrian discovers they must navigate the mysterious, confusing, and terrifying world within the Savior's compound. So that in itself is kind of hinting that we're going to see Eugene at the sanctuary and how he's going to survive and how he's going to deal with his situation and what he's doing and being kept there against his will. So it's going to be very interesting. Another sanctuary-centric episode, and I'm pretty sure we're not going to see anything else. This is probably the only so-called bottle episode of this half, because it's probably just going to center around Negan, the Saviors, and Eugene at the sanctuary, and nobody else. The director for this episode is Carrie Scotland. Again, I don't know which episodes they have directed, so there's really no comment about that. So this episode is going to air February 26th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on AMC. It is scheduled to run 68 minutes. So again, slightly longer than a regular episode, but not too much longer. 7/12 is titled Say Yes. Could mean anything. I don't have any comments about that. The synopsis reads, the group scavenges for supplies. Back in Alexandria, someone must make a morally challenging decision. So the group is going to scavenge. So we're most likely going to see something with Rick and the others trying to scavenge food, weapons, supplies, things like that. But it says back at Alexandria, someone must make a morally challenging decision. I can't think of anything hinting to anything like that. So because of that, I don't really have a prediction or speculation about who that person may be. But it's possible that they have some sort of dilemma about killing or not killing someone, because when they talk about morally challenging decision, that's the first thing that comes to my mind, and that is whether to kill someone or not. So do they capture a savior, and are they trying to decide whether they should kill him or her or something like that? Now, for comic readers, we do have a pretty good idea about who that person may be. So there's a slight spoiler right here. So if you're not a comic reader, just mute for like a couple of seconds. It might be Dwight. But it seems like in the TV show they're changing that. So it might not be that character. It might be anyone else. So one of the saviors is probably being captured by the Alexandrians, and they're trying to decide whether they should kill him or her or not kill him or her, which is very interesting. Now this could link to finding out who let Daryl escape, so it could be very interesting. Episode 7/12 is directed by The Walking Dead's executive producer Greg Nicotero and airs on March 5th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on AMC. No time for this, so we don't know how long this is going to be, but Greg Nicotero is directing it. So just from that, we know it's going to be an epic, action-packed, crazy episode. Because usually when Greg Nicotero directs an episode, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a huge episode. So I'm looking forward to 7/12 because it seems like it's going to be a crazy episode. 7/13, which is the last one that they have here, is Bury Me Here. Very interesting title. Not quite sure what it's referring to or what it could be linked to, but it's very interesting. Now the synopsis for this is: things do not go as planned when a group of kingdomers delivers goods to the saviors during a routine supply drop-off. So from that in itself, we definitely know now that this episode is going to deal with the exchange between the kingdomers and the saviors. And like I've speculated before, something is going to go wrong and something's going to happen. But it's very interesting that they called it Bury Me Here, because that indicates that someone is dead or someone is about to die. So we're likely going to have a big character death in 7/13, which is going to be interesting. The director of 7/13 has not yet been revealed, but the episode is set to air on March 12th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on AMC. Again, no time for this, so we don't know how long it is, and no director. So there's really no indication as to what we're going to see or some sort of hint as to what the episode is going to look like, because we don't have anything like that. But we definitely know it's going to include the saviors exchanging supplies and goods with the kingdomers, and something is going to go wrong from there. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll be back for another video.